Sheath is in the garden office again. It's a quite nice morning, actually. It's not cold, but there is a fairly stiff breeze this morning, which is taking away from the pleasure of sitting out in what would be normally a sunny Tuesday morning. Doesn't take away from the fact that there are issues which I think need being addressed. I am becoming extremely worried, personally, about the leadership of Boris Johnson. I've been a supporter of Johnson's. I like odd, esoteric people, even eccentric people. They turn out to be the best leaders in our society. I certainly don't go for leadership from any bureaucrat. But it does seem that he's lost the essence of what a leader should be about. With the Cummings situation, he's defending the indefensible. A strong leader would have simply turned to his pal and said, "There are tears in my eyes, dear chap, but I'm afraid you have to go." He hasn't done that. He didn't have the courage to do it. People have suggested he doesn't like standing alone without people to his right and to his left supporting him, and I don't blame anybody for that. I personally like to have good lieutenants, good colleagues, good associates. But there comes a time when, if you're the leader, you have to do what you believe is right and stand or fall on it. And in this particular case, not only has Boris shown a lack of judgment, but also, I think, in terms of his cabinet, who, it seems, are as wishy-washy as the last one. The last cabinet was wishy-washy, and that's why Parliament became ineffective. The tail started to wag the dog. So is his selection process based on favours, patronage, all sorts of other reasons than getting good, solid people around him? It's a worry. It is a worry indeed, because what this country needs right now is leadership. My good colleague and friend Mark Landsman, who does a spot on Mirador television each week, has called for the same thing in the United States. It doesn't matter how colourful Donald Trump is, or how he can be controversial, splitting people into those who think he's great and those who not. We look for leadership, particularly at a time of crisis. Well, Mark claims they're not getting it in the United States, and it's not for me to interfere in what goes on in a foreign country. But from the outside, it looks as if that is true. And now it looks as if we're losing it too. And to put your faith in the current crop of British people who, if they are given the option of breaking all the rules or following them, we have a me generation that doesn't understand discipline. They don't understand that if they're asked to do something, that they should try hard to do it. People flocked to the beaches. Traffic jams in coastal areas, and I live in a coastal area. Brighton, 5 miles or 6 miles away. I love to go to Brighton once in a while, but I haven't during lockdown, and I'm not going to for the foreseeable future until I'm told that it's safe by the scientific community and those who are our leaders. Boris gave everybody the opportunity to have common sense. Well, common sense is a word. If it's not inherent in a nation, and I'm afraid the public in the main, particularly from a particular generation, a particular age group, have not shown much common sense, then there's no point in appealing to it. Yes, there are many Britons who have followed the rules and who are now upset that it appears there is one rule for them and another rule for us. And after all the privations of confinement and lockdown, what we see is a generation that is willing to take all risks and go to the beach on the basis it won't happen to us. and an administration, a leadership that is prepared to defend the indefensible. Get a grip, Boris. Get a grip. We look to you as leader. We believed in you. That's why you got such a huge consensus, overall consensus throughout the UK at the last election. Let's see you now return the faith that the English electorate, the British electorate, the United Kingdom electorate had in you. Take hold of the reins. Steer us. Lead us. Yes, we'll question you. Of course we will. That's what a democracy is all about. But generally speaking, we'll admire you if you're able to make unpalatable decisions in the best interests of us all. Oh well, there we go. Leadership, leadership, leadership. Sometimes think it doesn't exist. Keith Hayes, Mirador Television, Toodle Pip.